Hello, I'm Grant McDonald. I'm one of the Deputy Assessors in the Vancouver Sea to Sky Regional Office. Our area of responsibility includes the City of Vancouver, the North Shore communities, up the Sunshine Coast, and the Whistler, Pemberton, Squamish Sea to Sky corridor. What we're seeing this year overall, if I can characterize the market for our regions, is pretty much a flat or a stable market. This year, there's been a lot of coverage in the media and the press about the amount of how much the market has changed in terms of the sales volume. And what we want to do is be clear that the sales volume is one thing, but it's not the same as the market transaction price, which is what BC Assessment is interested in. Our assessment valuation date is the 1st of July. And the market has been pretty flat, relatively stable over that period of time. But just to illustrate the change in the volume, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Vancouver market, which is our Area 9. Last year, we had 3,300 single-family dwelling sales. This year, the decline in the volume is down by almost 35%. The stratas haven't dropped as much in terms of the number of transactions, probably about 13%. And Area 8, which would include the North Shore communities, the City and District of North Vancouver, the number there for single family is down about 26%, and stratas are off about 11%. But overall, most of the markets in terms of value are going to be a -5 to +5 range. That's where you'd expect most people residentially to be impacted this year. West Vancouver would be one of the areas that is bucking the trend. It's probably going to see an increase of about 0 to 15% overall. And another small area that would experience something of a slightly different trend is the university endowment lands. There's about 400 folios there that are going to be going up between 0 and 10%. Now the market this year, as I say, is pretty much a flat, stable market. There was a lot of early sales in the first 2 quarters up to July, the 1st period. That's key to remember that date because that's our valuation date. So if and when you have any questions about your assessment notice this year, which we're mailing as always, they'll be out in the first week of January, you should recall and remember that July the 1st is the date that you should be looking at if you want to do any comparisons between what your property is worth, what your neighbours are valued at this year, and indeed the sales transactions. All of that information is and will be available on our website at bcassessment.ca, and there you can avail yourselves of some of the many tools that we have available, such as e-valueBC. You could look, for example, at what your property is assessed at this year. You can compare it to your neighbour's property. You can look at some of the sales that have happened down the street, and of course you don't need to do that during office hours. You can do that at any time you like. We will also have, as always, individuals in the offices available to help you with any questions that you have. This year, just call the 1-800 number that's on